and girls, Jokester here, bringing you another episode of Infinite Choices. We are up to episode 15 today, and what are we doing? Well, we are not doing any more roguelike dungeons, other than being here because we want to do some Soul Shards, because we're going to start EvilCraft. That's right, we are going to start EvilCraft. Very excited for EvilCraft. Yay! It's a mod I've never played with. And there's some really neat stuff that I've seen done in here, and 2 pages worth of items. Well, page and a eighth, but really cool stuff. But in order to do a lot of the EvilCraft stuff, it relies on blood. Very similar to what blood magic does, except they want you to get blood instead of from yourself, self-sacrifice like blood magic does, at least early in game, from mobs. So we need to create a mob spawner, which means we're going to do Soul Shards. So if we look at Soul Shards, there's very few things, and we want to make one of these unbound Soul Shards. If you look at this, crafting recipe says, obtained by creating a structure in the world using a diamond. Well, that's why I have diamonds. So let's create this structure, this mysterious structure. So it's very simple. It is a square, oops, darn it. It is a square with obsidian on the corners, all right? And then in the alternating corners are blocks of quartz. In the center, it is a glowstone, and then you just hit it with a diamond. Boom. And what it leaves you with is an unbound soul shard. So let me get a couple more. Be right back. Okay, I've got all 3 of them now that I want. And the way this works is that whatever you kill with one of these on your hotbar, it will bind it to that. So the very first mob you kill will be bound to that. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to unlight this, and we'll get some skeletons here, and I'm going to kill that. And that will bind this to a skeleton. Now, I'll go over in a second. Let me clean these guys up, and I'll go over why we have 6 kills instead of just 1. Or why we'll end up with, let's see, it should be 18. Yeah, so 18 kills. It's because, if you remember, I've made reference to this the whole season, is that I wanted Soul Stealer. Well, I've placed Soul Stealer on it. I had that, many devices, but one of the books I found in the lower levels in this here dungeon, did have Soul Stealer on it. So I have Soul Stealer 5 on my weapon. Very cool. What that means is that if you kill it without any Soul Stealer enchant, you would get 1 kill, 1 registered kill. If you have 2, you get Soul Stealer 1, then you would get 2, Soul Stealer 2, and so on, right? So this Soul Stealer 5 gives me 6. So that's really cool. Except when you right-click on a spawner of that same kind, it gives you 200. So I just went up to 218. So that's what we're going to do. Now, there's another one right here. This one's spider. So we're going to do skeleton, move out of the way. We're going to bind this to, I don't think we can right-click right away. Let's try that. Yeah, I can't right-click right away. So I have to kill one first, bind it to that, and put that back on there, so at least it slows those down. All right, so now the one on my hotbar has been bound to these, and there we go. There's our proverbial 18, seems to be, and boom, now we have 218. Cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get zombie, and yeah, I've already checked this. I'm going to go get zombie as my 3rd one, and then collect all these spawners along here and get these guys all the way up to 1024. Should take, roughly 5 of these, and we should get to 1024, and I'll be right back. And there we go. Tier 5 for spider. Let me get the others. Okay, guys, we have a Tier 5, 1024 kill spider, skeleton, and zombie shards. Excellent. Very, very simple. Simple to do when you have tons of spawners like that around. I mean, it took me maybe 7 minutes at total, at best. Now, if you don't have Soul Stealer, you can always get the Vile Sword, which gives you, I believe it's two kills, right? So it's better than just a plain old sword. So that's very simple. And the rest of these are uncraftable. They're just the different tiers, right? In case you need to do testing or whatever. So the next thing we want to do is the soul cage. Requires corrupted ingot and iron bars. Corrupted ingot is this corrupted essence and vile dust. Well, corrupted essence is just crafted with obsidian. Vial dust is just cooked soul sand. So that gives us a soul cage. That's good enough for right now. That's what I want to do. So we don't need this vial dust. I'll go ahead and toss this in here, even though we probably won't need it in here. I don't know. We'll keep it somewhere. Okay, so out my back door, I have extended this a little bit. I have added another spawner room over here. I've got a soul cage from the ceiling, and I've got these vector plates. Now, these vector plates are pretty cool. Let's look them up. So if we go with vector, they're very simple to make. You can make the green ones, just a little sugar and slime ball. And then you can put them right back in your enchanting or your crafting grid, and they turns into the second tier, which is the fast vector plates. And then you can put those in, and it turns into the fast ones. So, and then it cycles back around. So these fast ones, watch these how they're all kind of lined up, and they're going to dump me over there. Shoop! And I just end up here. No matter where I end up, and I fall, I end up in this little section here. And so we can actually fire this up and let them spawn, and they will just stand there and they can't go anywhere. So let's do that, and then I'll show you what that means, or what that gives us. We can do spiders. We're going to do zombies to start out with, and all you do is you right click that in there, and that will start spawning. So what I'm going to do is, let's give that a little watch. So see how they all just congregate there, and they can't get out. So if I want to turn this off, one of the reasons why we did a tier 5 is because it responds to a redstone signal, and we can turn it on and off. And so we could kill those guys. Well, that's great for levels and loot and stuff, but man, I got so much loot. What we want to do is we want to automatically kill them. Well, we are going to need some things from EvilCraft, and let's see, right there, the spiked plate. And so it just needs 3 of these spikes and these weighted pressure plates. We're going to make 2 of these. All right, so first thing we're going to need is just 2 of those, but we're not going to be able to make this guy because we need these dark gems. Now I have a few. Let me see here. Dark block right here. So that's the puppy's toy. So all right, so these right here need the dark spikes. Well, if we were to put that in there, these are all blocks of this. All right, and so I have tons and tons of these guys, and it's mostly from the quarry. Quarry is, let's just add this. I need 16 of these. I think that's going to be enough. Just 1 set of those. So I'll grab these 2. Let's go put those over in there. And speaking of the quarry, let's go check that out real quick. I just want to show it to you real quick. It takes us 20 seconds to go see that. So the quarry, remember, we set it up in the deep dark. All right, so they're way over here, and it is pretty much done. And look at that. So let me turn on my night vision. There we go. So it's pretty much quarried out all that I had mapped out. So really good, really good. Now let's check out our loot. Let's check out our haul, and check this out. Here's obsidian, and then all these are blocks of coal. All these are blocks of redstone. Now wait, you say, wait a minute, how did that happen? Well, it's because I came in here and I threw a crafter tier 3, and I route all of these guys in here. So the redstone, the coal, the lapis lazuli, the dark gem, and the certus quartz, and I just tell them to make blocks and send them right back in. So pretty straightforward how to do that. And so you can see I've got a ton of resources on the first page, and a ton of resources on the second page, and a little bit more on the third page. So now we've got a ton of obsidian and diamonds and so on. All right, so let's go back to our home, and let's continue on what we were doing. So that is, give it a second to load. All right, so let's go in here now. So we've got all these guys. Now, unfortunately, we're going to have to kill these guys first. Okay, they are all killed. Let's put these spike plates on here. All right, and let's go turn this on and see how we fare. All right, see, they're just constantly taking damage, and so we could leave this on here and let this run, and I can just sit here and collect all the loot, all the experience, and look at that, I'm all the way up to 17 experience points, and there's a lot of crap that's being collected. So that's getting better, we're getting there. Wow, just a ton of stuff. So let me clean this up. Inventory all cleaned up, and normally what I would use is these redstone transmitter and receiver to remotely control it. So we can have a switch on the outside, and I don't have to fly inside of there and flip a switch. But this time I'm going to go with the basic redstone interface from Random Things. Recipe is very straightforward. It's just one of these, little expensive, but we've got the resources now to be able to do that. Far more expensive than this, but it's a really cool block, and I want to show it to you. Now I'm going to need one of these redstone tools, also from Random Things. It's right here. All right, so this guy right here are all the two I'm going to need. So what I want to do is I want to come over here, and I'm going to put, let's say, like right in the wall, right here. I'm going to put this. Now, what I can do is I can right-click on that, and I can right-click on that, and that will link the two. Okay, so now all I have to do is I can take my, let's see if this is going to actually spawn them. Yeah, it will. So what I should be able to do is just put that on there, and then I can turn that off that way. Pretty neat, huh? So now I don't have to have two components. If I want to turn it on, I just flip that, and it starts spawning them. And boom, boom, boom. Okay, cool. You might be saying, where is, let me just make sure that I did shut that off. Okay, you might be saying, where's the EvilCraft in all this? Well, we did make the plates. Yeah, that's all good. But to start out with this, what we need to do is we need to make a couple of things. Now, I could go directly for collecting blood. And those are done with the pedestals. So the sanguinary pedestals only needs these dark gems and a block of dark gems. It's pretty straightforward, and we can start collecting blood for that. But I don't want to go that route. That's ultimately what we set up the spawner for. But I want to use it for my blood extractor. Okay, so I want this blood extractor first. Remember those spikes that we made? Some glass and a dark gem. So we've got, looks like we've got everything in here. Now, the really cool thing is we now have this second stage. All right, so this will, let me just go over there, and you know what? I'm going to put this in my backpack. Yeah, over here with my tools. Okay, so let's go over here, and with this in my inventory, I'm going to turn this on, and I'm going to kill some of these guys. And you'll see down there, the blood is actually filling up, right? If I don't kill them myself, it doesn't fill up. But if I do swing and kill them myself, it fills up. And now we've just filled up 5,000 millibuckets, which should be about right here. I think that's full. Yeah, 5,000 millibuckets. Oops. There we go. So now we have this blood extractor. That's pretty cool. I have 5,000 millibuckets. But I can also take a tank. And let's just take a tank. So this tank here, 16 millibuckets. So if I were to make one of these guys, and I can make a bunch of them, but if I were to take this and a bucket, I put it in here, now it holds 21 buckets worth of blood instead of the 5 it starts with. So that's pretty cool. But let me show you another thing too. See this dark tank? This down here, if we just use a block, it now holds 144 millibuckets. Okay. Any of these other tanks, you know, like this tank or the Ender IO tank, they hold like 16 buckets, which is what the standard one does as well. But this guy, just use a block over here, it holds 144 millibuckets. So yeah, that's a really, really great early tank. And of course it's a block of iron too, right? I mean, so 18 pieces of iron and 18 dark blocks, that to me is very easy to do early game, and it holds 144 millibuckets. Great for hauling lava. Excellent. So, okay, we have this guy. We have a ton of blood. Let me go fill it up a little bit more. Oh, the loot. Oh my goodness. Okay, we now have a full bucket. Let me... Oh my goodness. Yes, it pains me. At some point we're going to be doing something about this. Yeah, I just got rid of a head. I'm okay with that. And don't throw away my glass. Oh, that's my working glass down here. Okay, so we now have this blood extractor, which is really cool. We need to do something about it. I've got my dark gems in here, and so we just need one. We just need one, and I'm going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It can be in any pattern, but this is nice and pretty, right? It's nice and cool. What we need to do is put 5. I've got my magnet off, right? We need 5 buckets worth of blood out of here. And we infuse one of these dark gems. So, the easiest way is to put the gem in first, 3, 4, 5. There we go. And it sucked up all of them, and it made a new thing. Instead of a dark gem, now we have a dark power gem, right? So dark gem turns into dark power gem. What we're also going to need is we're going to need 2, 3, 4, 5. So that should be 5. Well, 15 minutes later, nothing has hardened. It's supposed to harden within seconds. So we can look at our book. You know what? Let's make this book. In case we don't have the book, I want to document it. It says throwing a evil apple or a darkened apple. So I looked up darkened apple. It's very simple. It's just an apple and a dark gem. Okay, let's grab an apple, and we will make one of these, and we will go get a mob. Of course, it's not dark out yet. So let's go. Come on. Oh, that's right. I put my bat wings away. That's why. All right. I don't know. Why do I have these guys in here? That was weird. Okay. So let us go find. I don't think I can do it to a regular animal. Let's see. Can I feed that? Yes, I can. And let's grab one of the books. Yes, no? Well, that's kind of cool. That's really cool. What's going to happen? I better grab this first. And then, oh, I thought it was going to, like, explode. A true source of evil. Ooh, hey, bud. I would have thrown it at you, but I didn't know you were here. All right, let's get back. Where am I? Right there. Okay, so we have a book. Very straightforward. Let's put this book back. And what we want to do is we want to read in here. And we want to look up powers of blood extraction. We did the second age, right? Obtained some blood. We did that. Okay. We've made a blood extractor. Cool. All right. So dark gems seem to be very open to accepting. Tossing one in a pool of blood results in a dark power gem. We got that. Note that you will need at least 5 source blood blocks. Yeah, we did that. We need to do it at least once. All right. And we get a dark power gem. But we'll be able to do it much cheaper. As we all know, blood will dry out after a while when it is in a dry area, breaking the hardened blood. So maybe it doesn't like it in this area? Well, all right. So let's, I don't know. Let's, am I not, no, I'm in a plains. That's in theory. 1, 2, let's just try that. I mean, oops, right there. Whoa. Oh, I sucked it up. There we go. So we'll give that a go. Maybe I have to go to a desert. Maybe it has to be on sand. I've never seen that before. I mean, it's normally just dries. I don't know. That one's not dry. Ah, there we go. Good. Yeah, for some reason those hardened clay, it won't dry. So you hit that like that, and then you get your. There we go. And what we get out of that is hardened blood shards. Now, with these hardened blood shards, you can actually make, not red hardened clay. Let's go with, we'll probably want to do this. Hardened. All right, you can make this hardened blood right here, and it will not show me any recipe for it. Okay, fine. But I can also cook it. That's what I wanted. I can cook it and get 9. So that's what I'm thinking is that why wouldn't I just harvest these and cook them? Let's see how many I get this time. Yeah, so I got 7 that time. So to me, you absolutely do not want to break it with the flint and steel. Oh, by the way, I got swarmed by the I don't know what they're called, right? But the skeletons riding the horses, and so when I killed them, and then just put a saddle on here, and of course I can, let's see, there we go, I can ride them. Whee! Kind of fun. Anyway, okay, so we now have hardened blood, and that allows us to make, a couple of cool things. I now want to have, well, let's just look at these. I can surround these guys with this and make this, and that makes a blood infusion core. Our blood infusion core then allows us to make a blood infuser. and also the blood chest. Now the blood chest is pretty cool, but we're going to need a little bit of blood for it. So we could do the blood infuser. Let's do that first, all right? So let's do that, and that's just because we want to be able to get more of the gems. So let's go make our area over here. Maybe we'll just start right here, and that'll be nice because then we can do some pulling of blood and start filling these guys up. Now I have the blood extractor. I can put that in here, and it fills up with blood, and it gives us a ton of blood in here. Because remember, we had a lot that was stored in there, so which is really cool. Now what I can do is I can put these dark gems in here, and so I have 95, 94, and once this gets finished, it shows that it takes a measly 250 millibuckets. So I can get 4 of these instead of 4 dark power gems for 1 bucket instead of 1 for 5 buckets the other way. So that's really cool. That's great. Now I need 1 more of these hardened blood. Okay, so we take 8 of these guys, we put this on a dark gem. We take this and we go to uses, because I don't know the names of these things yet. We know blood infuser and a blood chest. That's very obvious. So we make a blood chest, and if we were to put blood into here, I'm going to put this right here. And for right now, I'm just transferring things back and forth manually. So we put blood in there, right? And then I can take something like this, well, something that needs repairing, right? These are just energy that it needs because they already have mending on here. This has mending too, but you actually have to have it selected for it to actually repair. And I don't have this selected much when I'm getting experience. So 7921, if I were to put that in there, look at that. It starts repairing it just by using blood. So ultimately I need, what, 800, 900? I need probably 900, so it's going to probably take 900 blood to be able to do that. Now, beware. This has a chance of putting on negative effects. My understanding is it has the ability to put on negative effects onto your items. So I'm going to do a little bit more research and figure that out. But in the meantime, I'm going to wrap up right here. So we're going to maybe get a shot right here, right? All right, I like that. There, we got some blood EvilCraft blood chest and blood infuser in the shot, and good stuff. So guys, I have hit 200 subscribers. I'm so ecstatic. I really, really hope you guys are enjoying this. I mean, I think that's a testament to how much you guys are enjoying this. But I really can't do this without you guys. You guys help me out. So I really, really appreciate everything you guys have done for me. Not only with the subscriptions, but also with all the comments and the great commentary. So I really appreciate it. Thank you very much, guys, from the bottom of my heart. So with that said, guys, I will bid you adieu. Have a good one. Talk to you later. Bye.